So Evergrande is the world's most indebted property developer, but it's also the biggest issuer of junk bonds in Asia. Its bonds historically have been some of the most popular among global investors, with one of its notes said to be one of the most widely traded and liquid bonds in the world. So China has been moving to reduce risk among some of China's most debt-laden companies since 2017, when it allowed defaults to really start surging in earnest to record levels. And Evergrande is just one of the many companies where China has been sort of pushing its agenda to curb moral hazard, which is essentially this idea that no matter what happens, authorities will step in to save firms. So Evergrande is really just the latest, albeit the largest firm to really feel the effects of that campaign. So in any kind of restructuring, authorities are probably keen to focus on reducing the risk of social unrest. So that means taking care of home buyers who have bought properties from Evergrande that are still unfinished, as well as paying the sort of vast network of suppliers and contractors that Evergrande has hired over the years. And sort of offshore creditors as well as onshore creditors who bought Evergrande's bonds are expected to be very low down the list of priorities when it comes to repaying Evergrande's debts. So offshore investors are expected to take pretty hefty haircuts on the face value of some of their assets. The big question next is just how big the hole is at the center of Evergrande's balance sheets. Ultimately, investors and the rest of the markets just don't know how much debt Evergrande actually has. Now, we know that it has more than 300 billion of liabilities, but it's also possible that sort of because of its complex corporate structure, there may be other debts that aren't yet accounted for. The big question then is just how much cash is going to be left to take care of offshore investors and other creditors once homeowners, suppliers and contractors have all been paid off.